Here we are at Bayonne with Third Ward Council candidate Mark Urban. So, Mark, obviously you're the only guy running as an independent as far as the council goes. So just tell us why you thought it was important, even though you're not going to be part of a mayoral slate, full ticket.
Well, my objective here is to run as an independent candidate for one reason only. I plan on serving on the council full-time and retiring from my position at the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. I've done a number of things in the city. I've served on a number of boards and organizations, and I feel it's time for me to serve the city right now on a full-time basis. And I want to serve as an independent because I believe that as an independent, the only people that you have to answer to are those who elect you, and those are the residents of the Third Ward. So that's my reason for running as an independent.
Was there ever a point where you considered running with either Jimmy Davis or Jason O'Donnell, or you were always pretty dead set on just running on your own?
No, I was pretty much set on an independent candidacy. I also believe that the entire council should probably run independent from running with the mayor. Separately, I believe that it would be a better thing to do for the city. When you run on a slate with the mayor, you're pretty much controlled and you kind of influence quite a bit into your decisions, but as an independent, you're not at all.
So with that said, what do you think are some of the most important issues that are going on in the Third Ward that you'd like to see addressed, and how would you address them?
Some of the issues that I've been hearing from being out on the street every night walking are taxes, of course, the tax abatements, the streets being not clean enough, the potholes in the street. And some of the ways that I would address them is, as a full-time councilman, I'm going to be in City Hall every single day. I'm going to not wait till I get a call to fix something. I'm going to be in City Hall every day so that I'll be out on the street, driving around, maybe seeing a spot where there's a pothole, and I'm going to address it right then, that day. I think being a full-time councilman, you can do this. I don't see how you can devote the time that's required in this position not doing it full-time. So as far as tax abatements go, I'm in favor of lesser tax abatements. I don't believe that the tax abatements that are being given out are good. I believe that one of my issues on my agenda is for the establishment of a real estate advisory board, and that would be a group of brokers from the city in the real estate offices that would sit in on a voluntary basis with the representatives from the city, and they would be able to better negotiate deals. As a developer comes into the city, the real estate advisory board would sit in and maybe negotiate a better deal. Because right now, as we all know, the economy has picked up, and that has led to the real estate market picking up in Bayonne. We need to take full advantage of that. We need to negotiate a better deal with the developer that's coming into the city. And a lower tax abatement or a lower pilot is what I would suggest. And I think that can be negotiated.
So as opposed to 20 to 30 years, you're talking about 5 to 10 years?
You know what? I can't give a number on it. I guess it depends on the location. But let's say 30 to 40 years, I'm never going to see that in my lifetime. So I'd like to think that maybe 5 to 15 years, but I wouldn't limit myself. It would depend on the developer and the location of the development.
So it's a case-by-case basis?
It's definitely a case-by-case basis, yes. And location is the key. In real estate, it's three principles: location, location, location. Right now, Bayonne seems to be location.
So from sitting on the zoning board and being the chair for several years, I mean, just on that point, what do you think are some areas in the Third Ward that may be rich for development and others that would not be better suited for development?
Well, clearly the base. The base is within my ward. And I was down to base the other night. I would love to see more financial institutions maybe being brought into the city, because they would create jobs, higher paying jobs, and then those people more than likely would then want to move into the city, and I think that would benefit us 100%. Some areas where I would not like to see a development, well, for one case, the 46th Street Residence Building, that was way too big for that area. It's going to infringe on the quality of life for the residents on that block. Maybe going maybe 6 stories high there should have been negotiated, and then once again, my real estate advisory board would have been extremely helpful there.